everyone, it's Saph, and today I'm going to be doing a video about relationships. I actually filmed this video a few weeks ago and then didn't like it, and if you watched my day in the life video you'll see the footage from it, and honestly I just didn't like how my hair looked, and then I decided I didn't want to upload it because I felt like I was really uncomfortable filming it and I don't even know why. So this video is about relationships. This is going to be part of a brand new kind of section on my channel called the Let's Talk series, and I'm very excited about that because I'm gonna get to talk about all sorts of different subjects and just chat and hopefully give you guys some advice. You can share your stories and things like that, and also talk about my own personal experiences that relate to the subject that we're talking about. And I'm literally just so excited to get back into making videos like this, because if you remember and you're like an OG to the channel, you may remember my teen talk videos, and literally they were the most fun for me. I started making teen talk videos when I was maybe 12, and they were so much fun for me because I felt like I was grown up, you know, talking about grown up things. I've learnt so much since then about those different subjects, so now I can talk about them with 6 more years experience, or 7. No, 7 more years experience. I'm really excited to do this because I really hope that these videos can help you guys. Today we're going to be talking about relationships. As much as it's an easy subject, it's also a very complex subject as there's so many aspects to it. So I've asked you guys for some questions on my Instagram and we're going to go through them. Let's just have a nice little chat. If you have anything you'd like to talk about in future videos, make sure to let me know in the comments. But let's just jump straight to it. First one. Are you in a relationship? I am not at the moment, and I'm very happy with things being like that because I feel like it's giving me time to find exactly who I am and what I look for in someone. So I'm very, very happy. I've been single since September 2020, so I'm very, very happy actually, and I'm getting to find who I am as well. I get very, very nervous as well in social situations, so I almost like mentally put up walls annoyingly to introducing myself to new people who could be my soulmate, and I just don't know it. But also I feel like I have like this mental blockage that's like, if I get her into a relationship now, they could be the wrong person, you know? Like there's this weird thing, and I don't like, I have a lot of trust issues from past relationships, so trying to get over those as well. I'm just learning a lot along the way, but yeah, no, I'm not in a relationship. It's true and tall, I'm not in a relationship at the moment. Is it truly possible for exes to remain as friends? 100%. I am actually friends with my exes. I mean, when the breakup happened, there's always like this awkward air for quite a while, but I've definitely found that with all of my relationships that I've had in the past, I have, you know, I'm still in contact with them, still friends with them. I mean, my most recent breakup, we're still friends, so that's great. I definitely think it is possible, 100%. I mean, you may not be as close as you were, you know, if you start as friends and then you have a relationship, you get to know each other on a much deeper basis, and then you come out of the relationship, and you usually come out of the relationship for a certain reason, and someone's acted a certain way or something's happened between you two, so you are coming out of the relationship in a very different place, knowing, you know, a deeper level of that person that maybe you just don't resonate with, and that's the reason you broke up. Yeah, you may not be as close of friends as you were before or during the relationship, but you can still definitely be friends, and I think it's really important that we don't mentally block that out, you know. I think we should still be able to be friends with our exes and not just like be strangers again. I think that's really sad, you know. How do I approach a guy? Honestly, I ask myself this same question, but I definitely think it completely depends on how well you know the person. If it's like a waiter at a restaurant that you're at and you're like, oh my god, he's so hot, like I have no idea how to approach someone like that. I guess you kind of do the whole flirt thing, but I don't even know how to do that. I feel like I've watched so many films that if I was in a film situation, I'd know exactly how to do it. But in real life, no. Like, that's never gonna work. You know, if you're friends, it is much easier because you kind of understand the person and how better to approach the topic. I mean, I've told people that I've liked them before and said that I like fancy them. I've told people that I'd like to be in a relationship with them and I've been rejected. I have had those turn into relationships. So rejections happen, things like that happen, but like I think it definitely depends on how well you know them. I feel like the best way to approach someone that you'd like to get to know in that way is just by starting conversation. I mean, with social media now, it's so much easier to spark a conversation without feeling kind of awkward and embarrassed because you just drop them a message. And literally, like, if they dropped you a message, you'd be over the moon. So just drop them a message, like say hello and introduce yourself if you don't know them. But if you do know them, just say hello, spark a conversation. You never know, because it could be the start of something new. High School Musical, lovers, where are you at? How do you know when you have met the one? Goodness me. I don't even know this myself because I feel like I've thought I met the one, and you know, I haven't met anybody since then that's kind of made me feel the same way. I think it takes time. And I do believe, like, from other people I know who have found the one, when you know, and it all kind of fits into place. It's no different to like falling in love and stuff. I think there's is it love or lust, that kind of thing. You know, I thought I'd fallen in love, but I wasn't at all. I was just like, I fell in love with them in a platonic way and I didn't even know it. You know, we were like best friends, and that's the kind of love I had for them, but I just kind of thought it was like, you know, love. But it wasn't. So, you know, finding the one like can take time, you know, and you will know. And I mean, I'm waiting for that, and things happen, life happens, so I'm sure it will come around and you'll find the right person for you, and only time will tell. The person will come around for you, I'm definitely sure of that. How can I convince my parents to allow me to stay at my boyfriend's house overnight? Your parents are trying to protect you. My parents have always been the same, and I'm so glad that they did that for me and protected me, because the relationships that I was in, you know, I was like, can I stay over at their house like overnight and stuff? And my mum would speak to me and she'd sit me down and she'd be like, no. And I'd try again, I'd try again. I was too young to kind of see what she was seeing, but now I'm older. I'm so glad she protected me from situations, and I'm very grateful for that. And they're only trying to do the best for you. Also, as you get older, you mature in so many different ways. But also, none of the boyfriends that I wanted to stay at their house with and whatever, like, I'm not with them anymore, and I thought that they were going to be the one I was going to spend the rest of my life with, but they weren't at all. So honestly, just, you'll get to the age where you'll know what's right, and you'll be mature enough to make your own decisions about these things. For now, like, your parents are just trying to protect you, and my parents definitely protected me, and I'm so glad they did, and I'm so grateful for that. And I've had a lot of conversations with my mum about like all these past events and stuff where I'd be like begging and crying and wanting to stay over. The time will come when you're able to do that and you'll be mature enough to make that decision, I promise. But you know, don't feel pressured as well by your boyfriend that you have to stay there. I definitely felt in one of the relationships I was in, I felt that I was being pressured to stay there. I wasn't asking my mum at the time to stay there because I wanted to. It felt like I had to, otherwise they'd break up with me or something, you know? So don't ever feel pressured to stay over, because it's just like, you don't have to at all. Also, your boyfriend will understand. You know, if he's respectful of you, he'll understand the reasons why you can't stay over as well. How did you feel about your last breakup? I won't lie, I actually felt completely okay. And the reason is, my first breakup was when I was 15. It was the worst thing in the world. I honestly cried for like 2 months straight. The second one was a lot easier because I knew that the first breakup I had was for the best. So I knew that if I was going to break up with my second boyfriend, it was going to be again for the best. And then the third time, it was definitely for the best. So I knew that it was right that we did this and we went separate ways, and I know that he is now happy in life and I'm also happy in life, and we're still friends, which is amazing. But after my last breakup, I definitely felt like completely okay about it. Yeah, I definitely feel as I've gotten older, I've realised that like breakups As much as they're hard, they're also like for the best, and there's a reason why you're breaking up. My biggest tip is if you break up with a boyfriend, don't just like get back together with them, because it will probably happen again. I'm not saying that you can never get back together with someone. At least give yourself the time to really reflect on what you'd like out of life and what they'd like out of life, and whether they're actually someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Just like think about that. What was your first proper relationship like? My first proper relationship was literally like my first relationship. So it was almost a year long. It didn't dawn on me that I actually had a boyfriend until like 3 months in. But I learned so much. And I'd love to go back and tell 14-year-old Saph like a lot of things. I'd like to go back and tell her that she needs to be strong and that she doesn't need to try and impress everyone all the time. So I felt like I had to be a certain person, and I lost my sense of self for like a while. I mean, from like 14 to 17 I didn't really know who I was for ages because of that first relationship, but it did teach me a lot and I'm grateful for it. Do you think it's a good idea to start dating a guy who only has friends that are girls? Ooh, this is an interesting one, because I think, you know, it's all about trust. This is literally a trust thing, because it's absolutely fine for a guy to be friends with only girls, but when you're in a relationship and the only people that they're talking to are girls, it can feel really like awkward and like you worry about it. And I've definitely had that a lot in the past, where I felt quite unsure of myself and worried that maybe something will happen with one of his friends, you know, when I'm not there and I'm away on holiday. I've definitely had situations like that before, you know, so it completely depends on whether you trust them. But I think it's completely okay for guys to only have friends who are girls, but it depends on whether you trust them as a person, and also that I can trust them and that they can trust me. That's like really, really important. It's not just a one-way thing. It's not like, oh, I need to be able to trust them, because they've got to be able to trust you too. And I think that's really important. And to respect your thoughts as well and your opinions. It's really important. This one's an interesting one because I once answered a question just like this when I was like 13. How do I tell my parents I'm part of the LGBTQ+ community? Honestly, just tell them. They love you for who you are. They want to know these things. They want to be able to be proud of you, because that's what they are. They are so proud of you. So go and tell them. You know, I know it can feel scary to tell your parents things like that. You know, friends, family, whoever it is that you want to tell, I know it can be very scary. We are in the 21st century. You need to just tell them, because they'll be so proud of you and they love you for who you are, and they will not judge you. And just remember that it's amazing to be able to say things like that and be proud of who you are. I think that's amazing. So they'll be so proud of you for being who you are. You know, they love you. So you got to find the right time. There's no, you know, there's no rush. If you don't feel it's the right time, just don't say it. You got to say it at the right point that works for you, and making sure that you're comfortable telling them at that point. So just make sure that you're comfortable and that you're happy, and I'm very proud of you as well. So I'm now just going to quickly look back at some questions you guys asked me when I first filmed this video. So let's have a look at these as well. How do you tell a guy you're not ready to do it with them? Just tell them, just be honest about how you feel about it, because you need to be able to be open and honest with them, and that's such a big foundation of a relationship, is being able to be open and honest about how you feel about everything, and also them having respect for you. If you don't feel ready, you have to say, and you have to be honest. It's so important. I know it's really hard sometimes to say certain things, but you know, you have to put yourself first, as I've said. So you have to tell them, be honest, and if they don't respect your opinion and your morals and your boundaries, then they need to leave your life. I'm sorry, but they do. They have to respect you, and they have to respect your boundaries, like, period. Is it okay to like someone else who doesn't like you back? Oh, I've been through this one. It's definitely okay to like them if they don't like you back, but I definitely try and detach yourself from those emotions, because if they don't like you back, then that's them and that's their thoughts and that's their honesty. It's really hard to hear that from someone. You know, it just means it's not right, you know? So it's completely okay to like them, but, you know, I would definitely try your best to detach yourself from those emotions and those feelings. I know it's very, very hard, and for me, I had a situation just like this and it did take me like a year to get over it, but it's really, really important that you try and detach yourself from those emotions so that it doesn't hurt you more, because it really can mess with you, and it definitely messed with me, and it's messed with me before. So thank you so much for sending in all of your questions. I literally had like the best time filming this. This was so much fun. I felt so much more relaxed than the last time I filmed this. But let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do more of these videos, and also subject ideas. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you'd like me to talk about next. And also, if you'd like to keep the conversation going, make sure to put your stories and your questions in the comments, and we can make the comments section like a little let's talk forum, and have some fun and just chat. And there's no judgment in this zone, so honestly, say whatever you'd like, and we can all talk about the situations and give each other advice and talk about each other's stories and stuff, which I think is really cool. But use it as like a no judgment zone, and, you know, judgment-free zone, and a nice little forum for us to all be positive and help each other out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. My Instagram is SAPPHIRE official if you'd like to see more of me. And yeah, I love you. Yay! Oh my goodness. Hope you guys enjoyed. Love you, bye. Au revoir. Welcome to my bedroom. I decided to film in here because I feel like it's more like cozy. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye from me and my Uggs. Love you.